So the next one we are going to look at is delegating or delegation, and it is also an integral part of our work, because we don't want to have everything on our head and kill ourselves. We are supposed to give some of the tasks to other people to do for us, and in giving those tasks we are making sure that works are done. We want to meet deadlines, we want workload to be managed. That's where we do delegation. So delegation is that integral part of your job that makes sure that tasks are done, that makes sure that deadlines are met, that makes sure that workloads are managed very very well. It is one of the best way that managers can help their staff grow. You want to help your staff to grow, then delegate some job to those people that is within your table for them to also know. It is one of the significant way that people can learn also to handle challenging assignment. There is a job that is challenging, or maybe there is a work that you know that this, okay, take this job, go and do it. I give you 2 weeks, I give you 1 week, go and do it. So the person goes to rack his brain or her brain, and then the person comes back with an answer to that job. You can say, okay, if, I want to go and do job evaluation for all the company jobs or positions. We're not rating the people, because when you're doing job evaluation, you don't rate the people, you rate the job itself. We're going to do it, and I have 10 jobs in this company. Go and rack your brain how you're going to do it. And the person will go on to begin to look for those 15 steps in doing job evaluation, and the person begin to apply them one by one until he gets to the place of implementation, starting from the place of forming the groups, and then to the place of implementation, the surveys in the market, salary surveys and the rest, and he brings it and it comes up. Once he is able to do it, he found that he has learned that challenging job. It becomes part and parcel of him as he's growing, and he's growing very well. It's also served as a tool that allows our employees to try new things and take challenges of the resources of the organization. So once you assign job to people, you are giving them new things to try. You are also teaching them how to use the resources of the organization to get jobs done, as the case may be. You also when you delegate also, you are giving people opportunity to grow by doing those assignments, because if I get it and I become good in it, the possibility of my being promoted to another level, or maybe when you leave that level to another level, stepping into your shoe, because I've learned to do that job. It has been given to me and I've been doing it so very well. So if they're going to look for who they will promote to put into that role, it is me that they're going to call. So it gives the people that have been doing those jobs opportunity for growth once you delegate jobs to them. People also use it to build their responsibility and accountability in others. So you want to build somebody that is responsible, you want to give people responsibility, you want to build accountability in them, then delegate a work to those people to do those jobs. Also with delegation, you'll be freeing up some times for yourself. Out of that your busy schedules, you want to take away some from that table and then give to other people, so that you can focus on other things that need to be done at that particular time. It will also help you to focus on things that have the highest objective, things that are so much of importance to that particular organization at that particular time. So you take off the ones that are not so much important and give it to another person to do, while you as a leader or as a manager or as a supervisor is focusing on the important ones, and that is where it will be. With that, you find out that you're already working towards the future, building up people that become your EDs, your GMs, your MDs, because they can face the work and do some challenging activities within that. So in order to delegate effectively, the following is very, very important for you to know. You want to delegate effectively. First of all, you need to understand what you want. What do I want from this delegation? I'm delegating to go and do this. What result will I be expecting from you at the end of that particular job that you are going to do? When you are finished that job, what end result do I want to be? And you must have that clear specifics for that particular person to say, this is what I want at the end of this job. You must also have clear set out timeline for whoever you are delegating work to. Otherwise, they'll just be using it to do small play and they end up not doing another thing. You must also be clear about the authorities that are involved, that this job is coming to you through, maybe if it's me, from the vice chancellor, through the dean, through the HOD, and it has been delegated to me, so that they know the importance of that job. That is not just that they pass your work and then all of us go and play in it, because some people say, he's giving me his job to do, this thing is coming from there, and because I cannot handle all, I'm giving this aspect to you to go and do, so that they will know the importance and how the management want that thing done at that particular time, and when management want that result to be back to them, and you see everybody complying. You must also know how to do that particular thing that you are signing. In case there is a flop, you can always call, say, come, bring it, so that they don't mess you up. Because if you don't know it, how to do it, and you're delegating it, and the person is not getting it right, the person will mess you up. The person is laying the job, the person will mess you up. Sometimes I had that cause to go and tell them, I said, bring your computer, I want to finish the job. Where that place you stop, just don't bother yourself. Let me finish it and go and submit it, because it is me they will call, from the either from the PG school or from anywhere. They will call me. They're not going to call my analyst. They're not going to call. It is me that they will call. So bring it. I found out that because they know I will do it. You see them telling me, please, ma, let me just quickly go and finish it now. But if you don't know it, you can't say bring it. You can't say bring it. And once you can't say bring it, the person holds you to the juggler. And you now be running around trying to plead. Instead of them pleading to that they should finish it, is you now pleading that they should finish it for you because you don't know it. Also have authority to achieve it. Let it be that they gave you the authority over that job to achieve it. So the HOD gave it to you to do, and they have given you the authority, or let's say the management pass it to you. They've given you, it's not that it's another person's job that you're delegating. So that it doesn't bring confusion within the organization. It must be the job that they've given you authority to say delegate it. So you can then delegate it to another person. For now, let's say for this class, the university did not give me the authority to go and bring somebody else to come and do it. It is for me. So since I don't have authority to go and give it to somebody else, I can't say because my friend, I have so many friends in so many universities, I just say, okay, the person in Uniport that came to visit Lagos, because I have somebody around now that is in the guest house. She came for one program in Lagos, and I said, come and teach my class for me. Because so if you don't have such authority, you cannot. So but if you have authority that says your friends that come that is in the field, you can use them. I can go and say, okay, come and let my students have a feel of another person. You can be the person on board, but please have authority over it. Also, you must allow people to make their decisions on their own. Once you have given that job out to that person to do, allow that person some form of decisions of their own. Yes, for example, this particular your MBA class, I've been asked to take some of these topics. They gave me the topics to teach, but they cannot come and tell me. It is not left for me to have some decision of how I want to do the delivery. So if you give me the job, you delegate it, and you are still the same person coming to give me, that means I don't have anything to contribute. So I will not be waiting for you. Go and do the lesson notes now yourself. Everything, I will not be waiting. But when you allow the person some concession of some decisions, so like now I have the decision on how I want to do my deliverable to put it across to my students, I have been allowed that, and that way I can also flow. I want to make sure that my students understand me. I want to make sure that my class is not, it may be boring, but not as boring as the case may be. So the person will now begin to think outside the box how to get the work done. So allow them that way. So allow them some of those some decision making of their own. Otherwise, they will be wondering what and how much of authority they have to do that job for you. And if they find out that they don't have such authority, that you just pass, they will just be looking at you and they won't do anything. And you that have the job also, that the job have been delegated to, please, if you have specific pictures in your mind that you want to go across, because we said they should give you some decisions. If you have some specific pictures about what you want to do, about your decisions, please also make it clear to the people that are delegated to you why it is important that you want to that picture you have in mind, why you must bring it to pass or to process in that particular assignment or job that's been given to you. Also tell the manager who has delegated it to you. We sit down after we have been given the topics, and I just Prof, I think I should be coming from this angle, I should be coming from this angle, coming from that. Okay, whatever angle you want to go, as long as your delivery is okay, go ahead. Let the person know that this is the angle you are coming from, so that you don't run contrary to the vision of that person, or contrary to the submission of that person or the values of that person. Let it be that you discuss it here, so that the person will know that this is it, we agreed on it, and then you are running with that your decisions on your own. Otherwise, you finish that job, the person just come and say, What did you do? Did I tell you to do that? When did we discuss about that? The person discussed it, and there's nothing as hurt for as somebody has put in so much effort with so much joy and satisfaction, and then that job is rubbish because the boss feels that or the manager feels that it was not carried along. So yes, we are asking them to give you some space for you to take your decisions, but those pictures you have in your mind, please discuss it with the bosses and let them know that this is it. In delegating also, we want to ask you to be as simple as possible, because poor delegation can be very, very harmful. Sometimes it is not as simple as we think when it comes to delegating. Though we are saying make it as simple as possible for everybody, but it is not as simple as we think, because every poor delegation will cost the organization a lot in terms of everything. Poor delegation will come to either through poor communication, poor deadline, poor deliveries, poor authorities, poor resources. Once everything poor occurs, it will have multiple effects on other things that is there towards the work that you are delegating. And if poor delegation also happens, you find that you fail to meet up with your current workload, and the person you are delegating to will also fail to meet up, because if you're delegating and you have poor communication, so I don't understand what you're telling me to do. There is no way that I'm going to run along with that job. If also the deliverables are not communicated to what it should be, I'm going to have issues with it. If I don't know the authorities I'm not supposed to report to, we are going to have issues. If I have not been told the resources to use and how to and what portion of it to be used for that particular job, I may just like our children, when you say go and cook, they think all the crayfish and maggi in the house should be used for one soup. So, but it's you that have to go back and tell them that no, I don't have asked you to cook, but you cannot use more than this portion, not because if you put all of them, the food will not be sweet, maybe because of the health implications. If you put it much salt can can cause hypertension and this, and then they will learn. So the same way, if you don't communicate very well, there will be poor delegation. There will also be poor delegation if the current workload the person is having is too much. Already my table is filled up, and then you are bringing more job. Is either I'm doing this one half, this one half, this one half, and none will be completed. So if somebody has a table full of it, please don't go and fill up more. You have to consider that, otherwise you'll be having poor delegation. Also, you have to look at the frequency. If you are not constantly checking up to see what they're doing, your delegation may result in poor work. So once in a while, maybe it may not be always, you can say in 3 months, two visits, 2 times in a month, which is 6 times in a week, to see what people are doing on that site. You have delegated that you go and supervise that site, all the people working there, but you must go and clarify. Otherwise, you'll be having a poor work at the end of the day. Maybe they're supposed to use a 6 mm nail, they're now using 3 because they want to cost more money for their pocket. But if they know you will come, everybody will be using the right tools at the right time. Or some of those mistakes, sometimes it's not even there, it's just that they don't know they're supposed to use. So by the time you get there, why are you for this level of building, you cannot use this tool, you cannot use this of nail or whatever to build that. When you get to this level, you use this, so that your delegation will work better. If you do not also clarify the authority and the decision they are supposed to make, you'll also have poor delegation. If for any reason you don't make provisions for challenges and obstacles that they may face, then your delegation is not going to work. They may not be so, because there's no work you will do that you will not meet some challenges and obstacles. So we are not going to delegate, and you are telling the person there will not be an obstacle. You don't make chances for it to happen, and when it happens, that's where the empathy and this thing comes in. Then that thing may not actually work well. So the job it is that job of the leader to make sure that at every point in time the delegated work is made as a priority job. If it is not a priority job, then do not delegate it immediately. You have to look at it. Is that job a priority job? If it's not a priority job and you delegate it, and the other priority job that are there, then the delegation of that job at that time will not work. It becomes poor. Why? Because once I know it is not a priority job, what do? I keep it by the side and focus on priority jobs. So if it's a priority job, then make sure it is and focus on it immediately. If it's not a priority job, what do? You can delegate and say finish this one and then start on this one. Don't give everything that is priority at the same time to one person, because the person will not be able to concentrate immediately. And also try as much as you can to divide it. You can say, okay, this priority job go to A, another priority job go to B, another priority job go to C, so that everything comes up as priority jobs done at the same time, and then you still have a perfect result through your supervision. But don't leave all priority jobs to one person as a way of delegating jobs, because what happens is that people say, how do they put it, the reward for hard work is hard work. So the person that you have already given so much priority jobs, they are now bringing more. It will get to a stage the person will know which one is more prioritized than the other. The person will now be doing half, 1/4, and the person may not meet deadline for you. Identify available resources. If you're able to identify it, you find out that you'll be overcoming as much poor delegation as possible. Identify available time, and also not identifying competence key players is also an issue that will bring poor delegation. You are giving a job to a man that doesn't know how to do that job. Your delegation will not work. If you want to give a job as a delegated job, please delegate to people that know the job. Because don't forget that we say delegation is used for jobs that are of integral part. The one that you can easily do that doesn't have this and that have no seriousness. All of us on the table, welcome. We are paid for jobs, so we are supposed to do job. But for you to delegate something to somebody means that thing, we need it urgently, and it is so important to us. That's why we are pushing it, so that he leaves the table where it is and he gets another table immediately, so that it can be done, we can meet deadline. So don't give that job that you know that is very integral to somebody you know that cannot complete it, that is not competent enough, that cannot do it on time, that waste resources on it. It will not be good for your organization. Above all, for you to if you're able to do some of these things I've said, you find that you have a realistic delegation in your hand, and you'll be setting up your employees for great success. Once you are able to work with some of these things that I've said, you'll be setting them up for great success when you delegate job for them, because your delegation will become so realistic as the case may be. So in summary, under delegation or under these three topics, when we delegate employees, we are also when we delegate employees, we also need to allow them make mistakes as the case may be, because from their making mistake, they will be growing in that area of specialty, or whatever it is, they will be growing in it. Sometimes you find that when you give people job, when you delegate job immediately, some people are very scared to do it. So just let them know that they can relax, mistake can be made. So once that mistake is made, with time, as they do it over and over, they will get it right. When most of us joined the university, the first time my boss, my PhD supervisor asked me to go and write something. When I brought it, he laughed. He said, this one is not journal publication. This one is like writing lesson notes." But he didn't outrightly condemn me. He just said, "This is not how, this is how." I wrote the other one, say, "You're getting better." Another one, "You're getting better." Now I can write paper, and I can now supervise other people writing. So the mistakes will be there. If at that particular time, he said there must not be mistake, because I've never done it before. I was leaving the industry, I was coming to the university. And so what I was doing before was not what I came to meet as a PhD student. I left, so I had to be taught about it. So I was given the opportunity to make my mistake, not to write it well, to write what I thought I would be writing, and then I got better with time. So allow that mistake for them, and do not make them feel clumsy, especially when they fail. If the person has fallen from giving you a great job, just let the person know you tried, though you didn't get it right. I know with time you get better, you can do it better. Just keep trying. Instead of you coming with all the abuses, making the person feel that he's less of a human being, he cannot do what other human beings are doing, please don't make them feel that way. If you want to delegate any work, be making provision for those failures to come. Allow feedback from them, especially when they have a challenging opportunity, something that they have never done before. Let them come back to you to ask questions. Don't tell them, this simple thing, don't you know about it? Did they not teach you in the university? Universities are where you are taught concepts. The places are where you are taught theories, where you are given the foundation. It is in the industry that they now teach you the remaining part about, because each organization have their own culture of how to do things, what to do, where to do, what app to use. What you are using may not be what another person is using. So when that person that will be giving that general knowledge comes, the other things that the person need to know, that's where you're a supervisor. You begin to put them through. Not that they are coming to you to ask for questions. You're like, yeah, which school did you even say you finished? University of Lagos. Oh, when it was our time. Now they don't teach anything there. And meanwhile, they are still teaching. People that they taught are still winning the world from the same school. You now be talking about your time. And still the people that are there now are failures. And there are still the people conquering the world all over. And they are still new. That they are doing they are doing so much all over the world, and they are great from all the Nigerian universities. And you are there condemning, and you want the person to do it better. The person will do it better. Allow them, let them come to you, speak to you, give them as much help. That your help will help them to grow and know it better. Through successful delegations, works will be completed, trust will be built, and also relationship will be built between you and those that are working with you. It will also enhance your own supervision and communication abilities, because as you are delegating, as they're coming back to you, you're going back to them, your supervision pattern will increase to that place of having good relationship. You'll be able to communicate in the most effective way to them, and you'll also be able to assign responsibilities and allow accountabilities to be enhanced just within yourself also, and for them also, as the case may be. Lastly, when you delegate, you are invested in knowledge. You are building capacities of people. You are building the organization itself. So it is more sustainable for you to build knowledge, for you to build capacity, for you to build your organization, than for you to have that feeling that I will do it all by myself, which is what majority of us do. You want to hold everything all by yourself. You want to do all the job all by yourself. You want the company to say without you, the company cannot stand. It is more sustainable, because at the end of the day, you may fall ill, um, stress, the job become a very big stressor for you, and then your health is deteriorating, things are happening, and if anything happens to you, they'll still pick another person to replace you. So you find out that it is better for you to build people in knowledge, build their capacity, build the organization, and then have as much sustainability those people that you have built, and then go and relax and enjoy yourself as a big boss. Let them be doing while you're checking up on them, and we are giving orders and this and that for you to carry it. You carry the computer, you go home, you carry the this thing, even when you are going for a checkup in hospital, you carry it. Only you knows everything, and you are gradually winding down inside you with medical issues because of stress that is coming from the place of work. So that's where we'll stop on delegation, so that we'll be able to take the last topic on health and safety for today. And thank you for listening to that one. Let's